keep asking me to do a video, do a video, do a video. I might wash my face one day. I don't know. I need to ask my assistant if that's smart, to wash my face. Should I be letting y'all in on what I'm using on my skin? Because I don't want the estheticians to come out the woodwork talking about what I'm doing right and wrong. And y'all asked me for a video. You didn't ask them, y'all asked me. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know how I feel about that. But hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl, Brooke Bride, going live with the Retalk and Bay Squad. We got to talk. We have to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk. I see Kevin Hart is in the news again for that Netflix special that I told y'all I did not enjoy. And I must say, I think Kevin Hart's star power went down because of Tasha K. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all, okay? Can we be honest? Can we be honest? I also want to talk about the Disney cruise because, baby, the rabbit hole I went down, oh my God. Crazy. And we got to talk about Fred Johnson from the Eagles, the Super Bowl winning team. We have to talk about them because they say he's a Hall of Famer. How's he a Hall of Famer if he still plays football? I'm confused. I'm confused. Maybe somebody will tell me in the chat. But before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly, 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 and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my favorite vegan water, and let's get into the mess. How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen or hitting those three dots right there. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe if you like the vibe. Share if you care. How you can engage with this video, how you can hype this video, how you can send a donation, how you can send a gift like St. Hudson did is by hitting those three dots right there. And that being said, where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the checkup. Run the checkup. And run the checkup. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I love flowers. Y'all know I'm a flower girly. I love me a good flower. Hey, Say Hudson. Hey, what's going on, BL? So let's talk about the things. Let's get into the pieces. So, of course, let's talk about y'all beloved, our beloved president, okay? DT, Donald Trump. So he went on record, and I don't know why this went viral, but for whatever reason. The girls were upset because Donald Trump said he didn't care about the people's financial constraints. And y'all are shocked? He said he doesn't care about the American people and their financial constraints. And y'all are upset about that? Why are y'all mad? Why are y'all mad? Was it not the no bid contracts? That didn't do it for you? The no bid contracts, the drunks that are operating at a high level, well, a low level. They're operating at a low level in these positions. Was it not the eradication of DEI? Okay, because they dismantled it. What about, DT, did y'all think he cared about y'all? Baby, inflation is up, the housing market is up, gas is up, travel is up. Baby, some of y'all can't even leave your hometown because that's what they're doing. Data centers is taking over the water source. Y'all out here losing water because they're illegally putting up data centers all throughout the domestic US. Like, and you think he cares about your financials? A man who has been sued multiple times, a man whose character has been public for decades. And this is the tip of the iceberg for y'all. Y'all, baby, he has Cash Patel out here suing the Atlantic because the Atlantic publicized his FBI director, mind you. Okay, Larry Hoover is probably turning over in his grave at the fact that Cash Patel is ruining the FBI, turning it into a joke. Turning it into a joke, suing the Atlantic because they publicized he's a drunk. And baby, they had the receipts. They had the receipts, and she says she looks forward to her day in court. And y'all are shocked. Baby, this administration is funny. Speaking of funny, let's see who's up in here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Really, I'm happy about dialysis life treatment. Um, it's so unfortunate. Thank you, Barry. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the checkup. Run the checkup. And run the checkup. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it says, I'm going to start claiming to be a sovereign citizen. That ninja ain't my president. Ooh, okay. 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 Look, let's get into the Disney cruises. Drake said we can stay at his mansion. I'm coming. Speaking of Drake, baby, the girls are being nice to Drake because they say he might win his lawsuit against UMG. That's why all these people are coming out the woodwork upset because he is pulling a Frank Ocean on Lucian Grange, which means he can go the independent route and make all this money. That's really why they a Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy. They said Drake over there, and I told y'all, they said Drake over there pulling a Taylor Swift, a Tay Tay. They said Drake is over there pulling a Frank Ocean, a Taylor Swift when she got her master's. Like, yeah. He's helping other artists get their things. Had he not sued, certain individuals would not have been able to sue because they had to publicize how they do the business. And guess who's been suing? All the OGs. All the OGs. Did y'all know that? Baby. Follow the money. You always find something. The girls are fighting. I think he already won. That's why Katie took down the video. Ooh. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like Drake is white. I don't feel that way. Y'all don't like mixed race when it's the person winning. If he was mixed race like J. Cole, y'all would be okay because J. Cole is mixed. He's biracial. You know, he never showed us his mama. He's not proud of his mama from out there in Vietnam. But y'all love J. Cole so much. Like, it's so weird to me. Y'all love the mixed girls so much. It's so weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. But let's get into this Disney cruise. Do y'all know the Disney cruises since 2015 has been under investigation for doing treacherous things? I'll just leave it like that. I went down this rabbit hole. And the guy y'all see in the picture is the new CEO. And he's been a CEO for a really long time. But guess who he's connected to? J.E. I did not know the Disney Cruises was connected to J.E. Baby, this event, the reason why they're talking about the hantavirus is because they're not trying to drop the sales of the Disney cruises. Baby, Disney hasn't been safe for a long time because we were. Do y'all remember when we talked about that bus where they had hundreds of CEOs and employees down there in Orlando, part of a ring? It's not a coinky dink. Please get the likes up. Child, child, Disney is the trafficking hub. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Y'all remember when we was talking about Madeline, that little the little pretty white girl who was a part of that bigger CEI sting, and they unalived her and the mama helped. Disney was a part of that, baby. It's so many loopholes. I can only say so much because they be trying to do a little 1 2 1 2. Look, all I'm saying is this: it's very weird. It's very strange. I really wanted my nieces and nephew to be on the Disney cruise, but after reading some of the things, after finding out some of the things, it's disgusting. It's heinous. And parents, this one parent who found out busted them. Technically, she busted them, and her husband sued for $150 million. I don't know what happened to that because I can't find nothing else after that. But they have been speaking about Disney Cruise is not safe. And baby, Disney cruises are so expensive. Is it because of the access to the children? Questions, questions, questions that need answers. And that was one of the major clauses of the lawsuit. He didn't like the pedo stuff, yo. They too expensive. Mm. Mm. They too expensive. I thought I could have. I feel like it wasn't too expensive. I was ready for the experience. Cruises hires a lot of people, various countries. A lot of those countries have weird social acceptance surrounding young children and relationships, which Americans are full participants in, which are like it's crazy. The waters are lawless. They love it. Mm. I didn't think about that. Every time something comes up with a cruise, I always remember when I was supposed to go to Bermuda on a cruise. Y'all remember that? Baby, let me find out like I was protected by the Most High because the things that you just stumble across, I'm like, we were supposed to go to Bermuda that one year and we ended up going to the Bahamas. And I was like, the Bahamas again? I was like, yuck. I had a ball though. We ran into some scammers, but they were cool. I liked them. They was cool people. They was very nice, very friendly. They was giving me they money that was winning on the ship. I think they was scamming the ship. I don't know. But because I was like, when people evade what they do for work, I'm just always like, I told y'all, I be real quick. Like, what do you do for work? Mm. And I never heard of that. What is that? But it is what it is. So let's get into the things. Let's get into the pieces. No, first, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj popped up with a video. And she only did that video for the Barbs because she was getting backlash for dragging that little girl, for unfollowing her Barbs, who were out here saying that they like Trim, the new rapper, the little pretty girl who be in the Nicki Minaj emotes. I don't understand why the people are upset with that. I don't get it. I don't get it. But my thing is this. Why are y'all mad? Nicki Minaj says she had all these sons. Why are you mad? If these bitches are your sons, these are your offspring. She should be inspired, but she can't be inspired because she does not want to share space. Now, as somebody who said, you don't have to be nice to these hoes, I mean that. I mean that, but dang, you unfollowing the Barbs because they simply like a little rap girl. And I listened to her song Coconut Water. It was actually good. It was cute. It was the vibe. That's why they're saying, a descendant of you. The girl can rap. It may be not your steez, but she's 19. Girl, I was trying to go to the Bermudas. I heard it has a beautiful pink beach. I want to see it. I want to see all the wonders of the world. So yeah, I'm not shocked about that, right? So Nikki had to pop out with a video because she cannot afford any more backlash. Okay, she came out with this video showing off these nails and showing off her diamonds, and then the girls found out that she trademarked her name, Onika. Good for her. Good for her. She's going to start using it. She probably was in Jovi's chat listening about how she needs to now because she's, more mature. She needs to start using her name. Her name is Onika. Drop the Nicki Minaj. Like, you're like years ahead of that. But she doesn't know what to do. So to me, she doesn't have a good solid team. Nikki is a bitter Betty about everything. Child, she was blocking the fans. I was like, not y'all getting blocked. And that's going viral. I said, y'all know, she did a video a few years back and said, if I don't like the girl and y'all promote the girl, I'm done with you. My thing is this, you're in the music business. Like, there's only so many female rappers, and female rap is really up right now. The boys are suffering. If they're not singing on the stage, if they're not Don Toliver, if they're not Travis Scott, If they're not one of the OG male rappers, like nobody's listening. Nobody is checking for them. I don't know anybody who is checking for the new boys on the block. I just don't. I don't. But for the girls, they eat it up every time. They eat it up every time. That's why the girls is out here saying bounce that ass just like your friend do. Throw it. It takes over because the girls are having fun. You got to make music fun again. So shout out to Trim. You know, Trim got on the radar of Nicki Minaj, honey, and she it's not like she said she didn't like her. She just said, "I don't have time for these bitter old hoes." And I said, "Ooh, she learned that from Nicki." She learned that from Nicki. Everybody learned how to disrespect their elders because of Nicki Minaj. She should lean more into that, but she's not gonna do it. She's afraid. Let's get into Fred Johnson's baby mama. I saw that thread post about what white girls need to do to get these black athletes. And it reminds me of Fred Johnson's baby mama because she thought she was the prize. How you get kicked out of your boyfriend's, your baby daddy's home and you're 8 months pregnant? He didn't lose no endorsement deals, nothing. You filming from your car, doing a TikTok at that. Girl, what? Y'all was just kissing and lovey-dovey and he was excited about this baby, the championship baby. What is really going on? What is really happening? You're 8 months pregnant being kicked out and you ran to Beyonce's internet? Girl, if you don't use your privilege and your power, do you not see what's going on with the rights of America? I would say, as a pregnant woman, he's causing me undue stress that can put my child in harm. Like the way I would have dog walked that athlete, the girls be acting like they're dumber than the football players. Not saying football players are dumb, but baby, if you know how to get into the circles of the NFL, that's about family. And the way I would have flipped that man, and the Eagles fans don't give a damn. They're like, girl, go cry at court. I didn't know he was like that. She got one a all-star athlete. It's crazy. I feel bad for her because she's pregnant, but you were arguing with him because he was on Hinge. I don't even know what that is. It's some type of dating app. I don't do the apps. Y'all know I don't do that. Girl, if you don't take your ass down to a attorney's office and cry with the secrets you have on this man, because I'm looking at you and I'm looking at him and I'm looking at you and then I'm looking at this threads about how you get with the black athlete. And I'm like, girl, did you not treat him like he was the prize? Like sister said in this thread that went viral with her man. Every time I look, I don't care if the black athletes keep giving their money away to the girls, but this one seems like she don't know what to do. It's unfortunate. More power to her. And he hasn't said anything. The Eagles haven't said anything. Do they even care? I thought we cared about women being pregnant. Aren't the laws going back to the handmaid's tales and the testaments? And why did y'all get me to watch that documentary? What was it called? The Desperates? It was something. It was something. It was something. I forget what it was called. Somebody told me to watch it. I watched the documentary and absolutely fucking not. We got to talk about that. I'm going to put it on the post after this, but listen, Fred Johnson's fans don't give a damn. You sent me the message? Oh my God, Queen. Was it called The Domestics? Was it called The Domestics? Oh my God. Y'all, I was watching that. I was like, between that and Nature Boy, I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. I was just over here flabbergasted. What? The Undoing with Nicole Kidman. Good. Ooh. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. Y'all check out the domestic so we can talk about it here. So we can talk about it here. I want to talk about it. But I need y'all to watch it. I need y'all to watch it. Okay. When I seen it, I said, Bree need to see this. But I did not need to see it. I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all. We gonna talk about it. We gotta talk about it. I need y'all to talk about. I need y'all to go watch it. Go watch the domestics. I'm telling you, you gonna be over there like this. I'm gonna go back so I can jot some notes down. Celebrity arm candy. They're all insecure, slow, respectfully. Yarns. Listen, all I'm saying is this: sister is 8 months pregnant. She's a Caucasian woman from the Caucasus Mountains. If she don't use that privilege against this big black man, cause why are you filming in your car? Like, y'all be dating these athletes and have nothing to show for it. I would not be in my car. I wouldn't. I promise you, I would not be in my car. I would be in his house. The end. Maybe he told them he doesn't know if it's his. Oh, that is messy. Girl, if that baby comes back not his, do y'all think that's what happened? You had one job. You had one job. And this is why I don't believe in having these men's babies before you put the ring on your finger. You get the ring. You go over that prenup like a true assassin. Get you some things, baby. Cause a lot of people gave Dak Prescott's baby mama a hard time, but they're not engaged. They just decided not to get married at the time because they had a disagreement. They had a disagreement and she said, I don't think we're ready. Baby, she flipped the script on him and then went and partied with her homegirls. Y'all gotta know how to play the game. These is athletes we're talking about. We're not talking about we're not talking about people who are engineering humanity. They entertain for a living. Make it make sense. Right? Girl, why does ASAP Rocky remind me of Nature Boy? Say Hudson. Was it because she was helping him take off the robe? Was that the part that made you feel like it was? Because I can see the elements on the red carpet. Baby, the spells have been lifted. I'm telling y'all, we are in the girls who was doing the spells, the foo la la, lighting the candles and touching the water and touching the grass and breathing in the air. Baby, we was under some spells. We was under some spells because the stuff we are seeing now, like, and if you feel like you're never ahead of your time, people just have to wake up. They just have to snap out of it. It takes time. No, I'm about to talk about Tasha K and Kevin Hart now. Now that we got that out the way. So please like this video. So let's talk about how Tasha K single-handedly dismantled Kevin Hart. Okay, y'all ready? Tasha K on the verge of, like, she was at the height of losing against Cardi B. And a lot of people was betting against Tasha K. Not me. I was not betting against Tasha K because I like Tasha. I find her funny. I get a lot of people don't like her. That's your business. That's your business. Take it to your channel, right? So Tasha was over there, figuring out a plan. She came up with TashaKLive.com. At the right time, here comes Kevin Hart's assistant. And baby, the assistant was spilling grade A, a 1932 Merlot. that grew in the gardens of Italy. Yeah. Yeah. Very rich, very robust. The way the wine, because Tasha K don't spill tea, she spilled wine. The way the assistant was so detailed about everything down to the business that is suffering right now. And y'all think that all had to do with Cat Williams? No. See, Cat Williams and Kevin Hart been beefing. They've been beefed out. Anybody who's in comedy knows that. They Cat Williams has went from pillar to post to speak about how he does not like Kevin Hart, how he's a sellout, all these things. We know that because Cat Williams went over there to Club Shay Shay and did that viral interview, right? Now fast forward. Tasha K did that interview with the assistant. See, Kevin Hart didn't care what Cat Williams had to say because he don't give a fuck about Cat Williams. Cat Williams is, if we're going to be honest, Cat Williams is high key. Like, if we think about it, high key, he is jealous of Kevin Hart. Despite him saying, oh, he stole these jobs and stuff like this, and he be talking about integrity and all these things, if the roles were reversed, and they offered Cat Kevin's celebrity right now, he would take it. He would take it. Y'all can believe that BS about, oh, his star power has dwindled and all this other stuff. No, his star power has not dwindled. They don't do roasts for people who don't have star power. They do the roast for, that's for white America. I need y'all to really get into it. Y'all are listening to people who have no clue what they're talking about. They do a roast every year. If y'all are into comedy, I'm into comedy, so they do a roast every year. And when it comes to the black people, there's someone always saying a racist joke. I told y'all, I understand comedy. I get it, right? If you're going to be mean and nasty, it has to land. It has to hit. Go back and watch it. Some of your faves have been up there and got them a little black joke, a race joke, and people didn't even care nothing about it. You know why? Because they pick and choose who they want to be offended by. I'm just telling y'all. This was just some to get it into the algorithm. Hey, Darius. Hey, baby. So Tasha K, being the queen that she is, was like, I'm posting the interview. Baby, when she got that first legal win against Kevin Hart, I said he's trading in his celebrity with Tasha K because the assistant was telling the truth. He didn't even win against the assistant, and she was supposed to be under an NDA. She was supposed to be under an NDA. Baby sister was over there good and drunk telling all of the business. We found out not only was Kevin Hart a horrible friend, he's a cheater, he's a liar, he'll do whatever it takes to get to the top. And he likes white women. We knew that. We knew that though. We knew that though. So we sitting over here. I'm like, oh my goodness. And people was like, Tasha K just won't learn her lesson. She gonna lose like she lost to Cardi B. And I said, nah, this one is different. It was something in the air. This one's a little different. This one's not like that Cardi B case. This one's looking a little, a list. And it catapulted Tasha K. Not only did she have the fame from Cardi, she got the fame from Kevin Hart, who's loved in white spaces. Hence how she got all those exclusives about all the degenerate white folk. Baby, yeah. Yeah, that's how she was able to transcend into the politics, getting Bill Clinton's alleged side piece son and all this other stuff. Y'all think she was getting that off of Cardi B? Police. They got that off of a true A-lister, not somebody who was in rap, hip hop. Hip hop, rap is kind of ghetto, but we're talking about comedy. Kevin Hart has did projects with the biggest in Hollywood. And that's who dismantled him. It's crazy. What a roller coaster ride. Can you imagine people thinking you fell off because a comedian who can't even put himself all the way on? No. And the whole time it's a celebrity blogger named Tasha K. Tasha did that. Tasha did that because remember his movie failed? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember his movie failed? That one on Netflix? That's when I knew. I said, child. And then he dropped the lawsuit against Tasha K because he wasn't winning. His star power was no longer on top. And then you had Cat Williams come out and do that video, do that ether. Thank you. Okay. You remember? I'm just telling y'all what I know. I'm just telling y'all what I know. Mm-hmm. 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 So unfortunate. So when I sit up here and I look at people with their dissertations about, granted, I didn't care for the jokes. We talked about this the other day. I thought the jokes were mean. I thought they weren't funny. I said, I'm not interested in watching it. And then I'm finding out that they said stuff about Cher Underwood and all this other stuff. And I was like, baby, I was watching. I don't know who put it on the internet. Y'all know that's how I be seeing stuff on the internet. Even though it's on Netflix, I was like, I'm not using my good Netflix to watch that. Stand-up show failed too. I was just like, it's not good. But he has been coming back because that one about the Muhammad Ali boxing thing, I forget what it is. That was really good. That got a part 2, that got renewed. I think he just had to dig deep and get back into it. So I think he wanted to do this because there's nothing left to do as a comedian but a roast. Every comedian does do one. So when I see people saying, "Oh, Cat Williams was speaking so real," they were going to bring Cat Williams regardless. He was going to get his money, and they were going to say, "We know you don't like Kevin Hart, so say whatever you want up there. Like, please be for real. Like, y'all are making something into nothing. Like." They are like that at all the roasts. That's why a lot of people don't watch them. When they did the Tom Brady one, I didn't think that was funny either. But y'all didn't care because it was Tom Brady. They have done roasts on some of the best. Some of the best. You're only going to get a roast if you're A-list. They're not going to roast you if they feel like your star power has failed. Y'all feel like the star power failed because y'all don't like him in the Black community. That does not resonate with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart looks to the white community because that's who pays his bills. Be very clear. Like let's really understand this. That's who pays his bills. He don't give a fuck. He don't care that y'all are upset because art is subjective. And that's what he's going to bank off of. The subjectiveness of it all. It reminded me of the flavor of Flav roast. They made too many black jokes. Even Tom Brady wasn't as disrespectful, but still distasteful. I don't like roast either. All the roasts seem to be like, I don't know. I think that's that trash white comedy because there's white comedy I do enjoy. The Hangover, Knocked Up, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Like those are the white comedies I enjoy. I do not enjoy the roast and what's another one I thought was weird. Um Get Him to the Greek. I didn't like that. I was just like, it's okay, it's not everything. There's certain things I'm just like, I don't know, I may be a little too woke for that. It's not for me. It's not for me. Because what is this? What is this? But again, you know, I feel like Tasha did her big one. Even though Tasha did not win the war with Cardi, she definitely won the war against Kevin Hart. Beat him into submission. So kudos to Tasha K, because Tasha K is the reason y'all are out here saying he ain't got no star power, because he went against that black woman. He went against that black woman at a time where Tori was out here talking about what it was like being married to a cheater, and his wife was just out here confusing the timelines. Baby, it was a lot going on. Then they say he was in that car that crashed with a trans woman. Yeah, and left his friend for dead. Mm. Kevin got a lot going on with him, but that's just Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood because I still said, if the crash happened at this time, why did it take his wife so long to call 911? And it's because, in my opinion, he had a little something, something in his system. They had to wait for it to get out of his system. So he literally sat there in pain with a broke back. Mm, unfortunate. Unfortunate. I can't wait for in the future for us to get the Kevin Hart story, the real story. Because, they got to wait till they're damn near on their deathbed to start telling the truth. Look at Quincy. Quincy was telling everybody ski. Was he not? Was he not? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Magic T3. So when I say up here and I see y'all talk about Kevin Hart's star power went down, it did not. They don't do roast for B-list celebrities. They do roast for people who are A-list in their mind. People who are on page 6. Okay? People who are in People magazine. They talk about you in Variety. That's who Kevin Hart is. Cat Williams is talked about at the Shade Room. You know, you know, um, Hot 97, Power 105, The Breakfast Club. There's a difference. There's a difference. And y'all really have to understand that. And that's how I know who understands comedians. There's levels to comedians. Cat Williams is loved in the Black community. Of course, white people go to his show, but he's not on comedy standards, Kevin Hart standard, because he sold out. He sold out New York. He sold out the Garden. Baby, you know how many people sold out the Garden as comedians? Up and comings? I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all. Like, there's a difference. He's on the Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, that trajectory. There's a difference. There's a difference. Go look at some of them old school comedians. That will tell you everything. Okay? Kevin Hart hangs out with the David Spades, the Ben Stillers. And Ben Stiller's not even a comedian. People like that, the Adam Sandlers. Cat Williams is more of the urban, hip comedian. He had just did the show in Saudi too. Yes, he did. I'm telling you, there's a difference. Okay, there is a difference. And I'm not saying that to pit them against each other. It's just a difference. He curates for a certain demographic. Y'all can feel however you want to feel about it, but that's the game of chess. Everybody either takes the red pill or the blue pill. It's up to you. The choice is yours. That being said, make sure y'all, get you some plants in your home. Get some plants in your home. I keep saying that. Real plants. Get you some real plants in your home. Have your little garden going. They say you could use a little coffee grounds. They're free at Starbucks, to make your garden. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Go get you some meat from the butcher and not the grocery store. Because if you don't know what you're looking at, are you really eating a cow, a chicken? It might be lab grown. It might be one of the missing people. Who knows? Who knows? And on that note, what are your thoughts, Space Squad? What are your opinions? Comment down below. I gotta go.